In 1983, the U.S. Air Force flew a combat aircraft to a classified Nevada base and kept it hidden for 5 years. That aircraft was the F-117, a Nighthawk, the world's first operational stealth jet, and its first combat mission didn't happen in the Gulf War. It happened in Panama in 1989, 1 year after the public even knew it existed. What that mission actually accomplished is one of the stranger stories in American aviation history. F-80 Shooting Star, America's first operational jet fighter. It scored the world's first all-jet aerial kill in Korea. F-84 Thunderjet, the first fighter capable of delivering a nuclear weapon. It formed the backbone of Cold War deterrence. F-84 Thunderstreak, a swept-wing evolution of the Thunderjet. It became one of NATO's most widely deployed fighter bombers. F-86 Sabre, the defining fighter of the Korean War. It met the MiG-15 in history's first large-scale jet-versus-jet battles. F-86D Sabre Dog, a dedicated interceptor with an all-rocket armament, built specifically for the nuclear bomber threat. If you find this kind of military history interesting, subscribing to the channel means you won't miss what's coming next. F-86H Sabre, the heaviest and most powerful Sabre variant, optimized for low-level nuclear strike missions over Europe. F-89 Scorpion, the first U.S. combat aircraft armed with air-to-air nuclear rockets, designed to destroy Soviet bomber formations with a single salvo. F-94 Starfire, an all-weather interceptor developed from the F-80 airframe. It entered service just in time for Korea. F-94B Starfire, an improved version with upgraded avionics and armament. It remained in frontline service through the early Cold War. F-94C Starfire, the definitive Starfire variant. It replaced guns entirely with a rocket salvo system designed for high-altitude bomber interceptions. F-100 Super Sabre, the USAF's first supersonic fighter in level flight. It later became the most used close air support jet in Vietnam. F-100 Super Sabre, the primary production variant. It flew more combat sorties in Vietnam than any other Century Series aircraft. F-101 Voodoo, originally a strategic escort fighter, it was redesigned into a nuclear-capable strike jet and all-weather interceptor. F-101B Voodoo, the dedicated interceptor version. It carried nuclear-tipped Genie rockets and served as Canada's primary air defense fighter. F-102 Delta Dagger, America's first operational supersonic interceptor and first Delta Wing fighter. It entered service despite early performance failures. F-104 Starfighter, built for pure speed. It set multiple world records and became one of NATO's most controversial fighters. F-104G Starfighter, the most produced starfighter variant. It equipped 12 NATO nations and was at the center of the Cold War's largest arms procurement scandal. F-105 Thunder Chief, the largest single-seat, single-engine combat aircraft ever built. It flew the majority of strike missions against North Vietnam. F-105D Thunder Chief, the primary bomber variant. It suffered devastating losses to surface-to-air missiles during the Rolling Thunder campaign. F-106 Delta Dart, the ultimate Cold War interceptor. It defended American skies for nearly 30 years and was the fastest single-engine jet the USAF ever operated. F-9F Panther, the U.S. Navy's first carrier-based jet fighter to see combat. It flew the first American carrier jet strikes in 1950. F-9F-8 Cougar, a swept-wing development of the Panther. It was the Navy's frontline carrier fighter between Korea and Vietnam. F-11 Tiger, the first jet aircraft to shoot itself down. Its test pilot flew into his own cannon rounds during a high-speed dive. F-3H Demon, a troubled but persistent carrier interceptor. It became the first Navy jet to carry radar-guided missiles as its primary weapon. F-04D Skyray, a record-setting Delta Wing interceptor that held the world speed record in 1953, built to defend carrier battle groups. F-8 Crusader, known as the last of the gunfighters, it achieved the best kill ratio of any U.S. aircraft in Vietnam, relying on its 20mm cannons. F-8E Crusader, the most capable Crusader variant. It served with both U.S. Navy and French naval aviation well into the 1970s. F-14, a Tomcat, designed to kill Soviet bombers from 100 miles away. It could track 24 targets simultaneously and engage 6 at once. F-14D Tomcat, the most advanced Tomcat variant. It replaced analog systems with digital avionics and carried improved sensors for air-to-air and strike missions. F/A-18 Hornet, the aircraft that replaced both the F-14 and the A-7 in carrier aviation, combining fighter and attack roles for the first time. F-4B Phantom II, the Navy's primary fleet defense and strike fighter in Vietnam. It flew without a gun, a decision that proved costly in combat. If you're enjoying the video so far, a like and a subscription help more than you'd think, and there's still a lot more to cover. F-4C Phantom II, the Air Force's first Phantom variant, rushed into service to meet growing demand for tactical strike aircraft over North Vietnam. F-4E Phantom II, an improved version with better radar and avionics. It became the dominant Air Force strike platform of the mid-Vietnam period. F-4E Phantom II, the first Phantom variant with an internal 20mm cannon, added after combat losses proved missiles alone were insufficient in a dogfight. F-5A Freedom Fighter, a lightweight, low-cost fighter designed for export allies. It also served as the primary aggressor aircraft in dissimilar air combat training. F-5E Tiger II, an upgraded freedom fighter with a more powerful engine and improved radar. It equipped dozens of allied air forces across Asia and the Middle East. F-100 UNF Super Sabre, the two-seat variant converted into a Wild Weasel prototype. It flew the first-ever dedicated suppression of enemy air defense missions in 1965. F-105F Thunder Chief, the two-seat Thunder Chief used as the original Wild Weasel platform. It hunted surface-to-air missile radars, while those same radars were trying to shoot it down. F-105G Wild Weasel, a dedicated SEAD variant with radar-homing missiles. It remained in the most dangerous airspace over North Vietnam longer than any other aircraft. F-111A Aardvark, the world's first operational swing-wing aircraft. It flew terrain-following missions at night and low altitude with a precision no other aircraft could match. F-86L Sabre, an upgraded all-weather interceptor with a data link system that allowed ground controllers to guide it onto targets automatically. F-94B Starfire, one of the first USAF jets with an afterburner. It represented a significant step for American air defense in the early Cold War. F-101 Voodoo, the original strike variant. It was the fastest aircraft in the world when it set an absolute speed record of 1,207 miles per hour in 1957. F-102A Delta Dagger, the first operational supersonic delta-wing fighter in U.S. service. It defended American airspace as the nuclear bomber threat reached its peak. F-106A Delta Dart, the most capable automated interceptor the USAF ever operated. It was designed to fly an entire intercept mission under ground computer control. F-106B Delta Dart, the two-seat training variant. It retained full combat capability and was later used for advanced aerodynamic and weapons research. F-107A Ultra Sabre, a radical strike fighter with its engine intake above the cockpit. It lost the competition to the F-105 despite impressive performance. F-108 Rapier, a proposed Mach 3 interceptor that would have been the most powerful air defense aircraft ever built, canceled in 1959 due to overwhelming costs. XF-103 Thunder Warrior, a titanium-hulled interceptor designed to reach Mach 3.7. It was canceled before a single prototype was completed due to technical risk. XF-90, a Lockheed penetration fighter prototype tested in nuclear blast trials at the Nevada test site. It was never ordered into production. Which of these aircraft surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments. Leave a like and subscribe for more military history content. F-15A Eagle. When it entered service in 1976, it was the most capable air superiority fighter ever built, with a thrust-to-weight ratio greater than 1. F-15B Eagle, the two-seat combat trainer, fully combat capable, and used to develop tactics that would make the Eagle nearly undefeated in air combat. F-15C Eagle, the definitive air superiority Eagle. It has never lost an air-to-air engagement and has accumulated over 100 confirmed kills. F-15D Eagle, the two-seat version of the C model. It served as the primary advanced trainer for air forces in the United States, Israel, Japan, and Saudi Arabia. F-15E Strike Eagle, a deep strike variant that added precision ground attack to the Eagle's existing air superiority capability. It entered service in 1988. F-16, a Fighting Falcon, the first fly-by-wire production fighter. It was designed around the pilot's physical limits rather than the aircraft's engineering constraints. F-16CY Fighting Falcon, the most widely produced Fighting Falcon variant. It introduced a wide-angle heads-up display and compatibility with advanced air-to-air missiles. F-16D Fighting Falcon, the two-seat combat-capable trainer. It serves in both training and operational roles, with more than a dozen air forces worldwide. F/A-18C Hornet, the upgraded single-seat Hornet that added night attack capability and advanced precision weapons. It became the backbone of U.S. Navy strike aviation. F/A-18D Hornet, the two-seat version. It served as the primary all-weather strike aircraft of the U.S. Marine Corps for over 2 decades. F/A-18E Super Hornet, a substantially redesigned and enlarged aircraft that shares only the name of the original Hornet. It remains the primary carrier-based strike fighter of the U.S. Navy. F/A-18F Super Hornet, the two-seat variant. It operates as both a strike aircraft and a crew training platform, and forms the basis for the EA-18G electronic warfare aircraft. EA-18G Growler, a specialized electronic attack variant of the Super Hornet. It is the only dedicated airborne electronic warfare jet operated by the U.S. military. F-16XL, a Delta Wing experimental variant of the Fighting Falcon, offering greater range and weapons payload. It lost the USAF competition to the F-15E. F-16N Fighting Falcon, a specially configured aggressor variant operated by the U.S. Navy, chosen for its ability to replicate the performance of Soviet fighters more accurately than any other aircraft. F-16V Viper, the most advanced Fighting Falcon in current production. It features an active electronically scanned array radar and a new mission computer system. F-15X Eagle II, the newest F-15 variant. It can carry more air-to-air missiles simultaneously than any previous F-15 and is designed to serve alongside fifth-generation stealth aircraft. F-15's Silent Eagle, a low-observable upgrade concept for the F-15 that added conformal weapons, bays, and radar-absorbent coatings. It was offered for export, but never ordered. F-20 Tiger Shark, a privately funded Northrop export fighter derived from the F-5. 2 of its 3 prototypes crashed during demonstration flights, and the program was canceled in 1986 without a single order. F-16 Vista, an experimental control-configured vehicle used to develop advanced flight control laws. It demonstrated thrust vectoring maneuverability that influenced next-generation fighter design. F-117, a Nighthawk. Kept secret for 5 years after entering service in 1983, it flew its first combat mission over Panama in 1989, just 1 year after the government confirmed its existence. YF-22, the prototype that won the Advanced Tactical Fighter competition in 1990. It demonstrated supercruise and agility that no previous American fighter had achieved. F-22, a Raptor, widely considered the most capable air superiority fighter ever built. It combines supercruise, super maneuverability, and stealth in a combination no other aircraft has matched. F-22 Block 30, an upgraded production configuration with improved avionics, expanded weapons options, and enhanced electronic warfare capabilities. YF-23 Black Widow 2, the Raptor's competition in the Advanced Tactical Fighter program. It was faster and stealthier than the YF-22, but was judged less maneuverable and lost the contract. X-32, Boeing's losing entry in the Joint Strike Fighter competition. Its unconventional trapezoidal inlet and blended delta wing was considered more radical than the winning X-35. X-35, the Lockheed Martin prototype that won the Joint Strike Fighter competition in 2001, demonstrating the vertical landing capability that led directly to the F-35B. F-35 and I Lightning II, the conventional takeoff and landing variant operated by the U.S. Air Force. It is the most widely produced fifth-generation fighter in the world. F-35 Basai Lightning II, the short takeoff and vertical landing variant operated by the U.S. Marine Corps and several allied navies. Its lift fan system represents the most complex propulsion arrangement ever put into a production fighter. F-35 Sea Lightning II, the carrier variant operated by the U.S. Navy. It has a larger wing and reinforced landing gear designed to survive the stresses of carrier landings.